Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
So,
So I wanted to ask you, because I got to see The Mandalorian after I got out of work really early this morning.
mhm.
I got the free trial for Disney Plus. I'm probably going to be having it afterwards, after the free trial is over. I really, really enjoyed The Mandalorian's first episode.
Mhm.
But I was curious what you thought of it because you look like you didn't think it was that great at all. Now, did you enjoy it or?
So here's my thing.
Okay.
Yes, I did like it.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to think that I hated it by any means. I'm very far from disliking the show. I think that so far, we're only one episode in, but so far, this is probably one of the best things that Disney has done with Star Wars.
I agree.
Since they got it in 2015 or whenever they got it, or 2013, excuse me. Um, Here's my issue with what I saw, and it's two main things, and really, one of them is more of a personal thing with me.
Okay.
The other one is a concern that I have that relates to this personal issue that I'm not expecting this to become an issue, but it's definitely something that could become an issue with this show, and I really hope it doesn't.
Okay.
So the first thing, the more personal thing, is I during the end credits.
Well, spoilers for anybody who didn't see The Mandalorian's first episode.
This first thing is not going to be a spoiler.
Okay.
Because it's really nothing to do with the story of the show or any of the characters or anything. It's more of the production.
Okay.
I noticed that Dave Filoni, who for a lot of you guys who don't know who that is, he's been in charge of pretty much all the animated stuff that's come out with Star Wars, mainly Clone Wars, Rebels, and Resistance.
Okay.
Now, Clone Wars is great. I have no qualms with Clone Wars. The movie that came out was pretty bad, but that was just a couple episodes from later on in the show thrown together into a movie. When you see more of the context with it, then the movie doesn't become that bad. My issues stem with Rebels and what I've heard about Resistance, because both of those shows made some very questionable decisions. So I know that Dave Filoni is not in charge of this show. It's Jon Favreau. I understand that. But seeing Dave Filoni's name as many times as I did in as many different things that he's apparently a part of with this show made me kind of go, uh-oh.
Well, what exactly is his role with The Mandalorian?
I think he's one of the producers.
All right, so he's giving money towards doing this. He's getting money
He's not giving money towards it, though. That's the thing. He's giving more of like a creative license, which is what worries me.
Wait, so a producer's supposed to make sure that they have what they need, right? Like money-wise, no?
Somewhat. You can pretty much do anything on a movie set and become a producer, even on television. It could be something as simple as like overseeing something for one day, and then you get like a producer. So, from what I know, he is giving more of a. I think he's actually one of the directors of one of the episodes. If he wasn't the director for this one, I have to go back and watch the end credits again. I know I saw his name several times. I didn't get everything that he was a part of, but it was more than I expected. I knew he was a part of the show, but I didn't know he had such an impact, at least on this episode.
All right, so what exactly, his name is showing up a lot?
Yes, and that makes me worry that he's more involved. This is the guy that everybody wants to take over Star Wars.
Okay, but there's things he did you don't like.
There's a lot of things that he did in Rebels that I don't like.
So you don't want him to take over Star Wars?
No, absolutely not. One of the things I don't know if he introduced this by himself or if this was something. Either way, he either introduced it by himself or he allowed this to be introduced, was the idea of basically time travel in Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that.
Yeah, so I'm not. He is not somebody. I like Dave Filoni. I think when he does something really well, he knows how to make it resonate. Right. My thing is,
first of all, I really wouldn't. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wouldn't I'm trying to organize this the best because I'm trying to. I don't want people to think that I hate this or that I hate Dave Filoni. It's just seeing what we saw at the end of this episode.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, Scott. Seeing what we saw at the end of this episode made me go, uh-oh. Like that's the thing that Dave is going to get his hands on, and we're going to get something really wacky at the end of this show.
All right, before we continue, Scott, did you? I don't want this to be spoiled for you because I don't know if you saw this or not. Did you see The Mandalorian?
Yeah. So.
Oh, you saw it. Okay, so good. All right. So we're spoilers, people. So here's the part. When I saw that, I think a lot of people got confused because people thought that, and again, this is after Return of the Jedi, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So people thought right away, Baby Yoda. It's not Baby Yoda. It's
not Baby Yoda.
It's the same race as Yoda.
Yes.
But it's a baby.
Yes.
That they wanted to be killed. Because they probably thought that, maybe he'll become a powerful Jedi Master like Yoda because of the same race, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But it's just okay, this is how stupid that is, okay? You have like 1 million humans, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't go. So this is how dumb that is, that there's probably billions of freaking Yoda members of the race.
Yeah.
Why would they be that stupid to think that, okay, every single member of the race is going to be Jedis?
Exactly.
So that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way at all.
It's not like his race is extinct as far as I know.
They're just not familiar with his.
Just because you have one member of your entire race as a Jedi Master, doesn't mean that every single person on the race could be a Jedi Master.
Right, because
that's like dumbed down stupidity.
Because by that logic, every single human would be considered as powerful as Palpatine, and it's like
So that's a Dave Filoni being a stupid idiot type of thing.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if this was his idea. So I don't want to. Well, what I'm worried about is that whether this was his idea or not, that something really wacky is going to happen with this. And
they're not going to say that they plucked Yoda out of time and this is Yoda.
No. I don't think this has any relation to Yoda whatsoever. I think that this is just another member of his species.
They're not going to say it's Yoda reincarnated either, right?
No. My thing is, we need to see where this is going. But I say that, and I know that that's what I said with Rebels in the past, and then it was God, time travel in Star Wars, and it was like, So I'm not. This is what a lot of people need. Like, you need to put your thinking cap on.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are getting like overwhelmed with how cool the visuals were.
Yeah.
And how cool the Mandalorian was. All that was great. But when you look at when you really peel all that back, I personally felt that there was nothing. I don't really know what's keeping me watching other than that last scene.
Well,
and maybe that's just it. They slipped that in there, thinking, we slipped this little. Let's call it an Easter egg. First of all, let's just for.
That was a bit more than an Easter egg.
Well, it's just a little Easter egg to keep people watching. And then they explain it, and then they'll explain the thing maybe at the end of the season or 4 episodes in. But yeah,
wouldn't you?
I don't believe this is Yoda. I think they basically just threw that in, like, here, we're going to give you that. Here's something to throw you for a loop.
Wouldn't you be invested because you want to know about? Because we got to see his past and flashes. And wouldn't you want to learn more about the character to be invested to watch the series? I mean, so overall, I loved the soundtrack, the sound effects and music. I love his demeanor. I love the fact that he's very skilled. I love the fact that he also has backup plans. Like, he don't give a shit. He'll freaking, put you in carbonite because you don't want to deal with your bullshit. And he's got like a freaking, almost like a deck of cards of carbonite criminals.
Yeah.
Right, which I really liked that.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was cool.
I really thought that was awesome. And the fact that It wasn't a big deal to him when the creature's eating his ship's feet,
Yeah.
like whatever. Like he just took care of it. He has no fear. People will stop messing with him. He'll shoot anybody. He doesn't have any loyalties to any bounty hunters, but he is. You can sense he's a nice. Right. Well, you can sense he's a nice person. You can sense he's a nice person. Like he's not like others. Like he respected that guy that trained him how to ride the creature.
Mm-hmm.
He did help him out. He killed all the guys there, and then all of a sudden he's got this baby that's from Yoda's race. Now,
Right.
I think I didn't have a problem with anything, but I did see that's the thing people don't understand is like when I saw that I wasn't like wooed, like oh my god, it's like because I'm like okay, like because again I know they're trying for shock value, but I don't think
that's what it was for.
I don't think they're thinking it through.
Thing was for shock.
But I don't think they're thinking it through because that is a stupid ideology that, are you going to explain about Yoda's race? Are you going to say that they're extinct? Are you going to say that they could all be force sensitive? And that, or are you going to just say that Yoda and one person was Jedi's, nobody else? I mean, because then that's really stupid if you're going to make it like everybody is like racist because they think because Yoda's a Jedi, they're all going to be Jedi and they're all going to hunt him now because he has the baby. That's like a really stupid thing. If the whole series is based on him having a Yoda-like baby, that's really dumb.
Think this Yoda thing is going to be just maybe I would say either 2 to 3 or 2 to 4 episodes.
I don't think so. I have a feeling.
I think this is the thing. I really think this is the thing for the show.
I think the whole season
it will be explained.
No, I don't think so. I think that this whole season has to do with this Yoda-ish baby.
Because because
it's not Yoda, people.
No, this is actually not like I knew that what he was going after was interesting, and the rumor was that it wasn't a Yoda infant, it was a Hutt. It was a baby Hutt that would have
been better.
They thought that they could groom it to take over like the underworld in place of Jabba.
That would have been better.
So when I heard that, I was like, okay, that's an interesting idea. And if we're talking about like the bounty hunter guild and stuff, that makes sense.
Well, I like the creature getting roasted on the fire that was probably from Jabba's palace or one of the races.
When I saw this, it was like, okay, I want to watch what happens with this, but it wasn't like I'm excited to see what happens next. It's like oh no, where is this going to go?
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I got.
I know. I see. The thing is, we know sometimes that things doesn't always be what it seems. But I remember Lone Wolf and Cub, but I remember all those type of things that mimic stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, oh, please don't make the whole season where he's trying to have this baby, because then that would have been. I mean, if this gets wrapped up in another episode and then we move on to another story, that's great, because I don't really want. I mean, yes, I'm all for story arcs, but I don't see the thing of why this is a big deal if he's got one member of Yoda's race.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like we don't know everything that happened between 6 and 7, but we have obviously a good idea of what's happening after, like 7 and beyond.
Right.
And you notice that there's not another member of Yoda's species that is a prominent Jedi or anything. So I hate to say it, but the future looks pretty damn bleak for this child, because they are not in any of the other stuff.
But it could be like a Rebels thing where you think that the person's not in the future, but then all of a sudden the Rebel ship shows up in these Star Wars movies, and you're like, oh, there they are. But like he could just be somewhere.
It's possible, but my thing is that we don't know of any other prominent Force users in this story. So I hate to say it, I don't think that this is going to go anywhere.
I mean, here's the thing. I have a feeling there's going to be something to do with Jedi or something. He's going to be fighting somebody like that.
They're going to wait. Tell you the truth, it's too.
I think they're going to
throw
tease.
Jedi into it this
No, I think
early.
they will.
Honestly, think they
This
wanna
guy,
wait.
Dave Filoni, has been all about Rebels and right, throwing stuff in there and added stuff. I think they definitely will add that into.
No, they will, but I don't think they want to throw it in this early.
I think they
wanna
do.
At least people get hooked, and then
No, I think they want it.
Like, oh, here we go. Here's
No.
your Jedi, or here's your.
I think somebody will show up episode 2 or 3. I think something will happen. I think they're trying to. They're realizing this is the first Star Wars show that they have. They want to attention grab you, which they may go a little bit overboard.
I want to see some Wookiee porn. I want to see some Star Trek Christmas Wookiee porn.
Jesus. I think they're gonna hook you. I think that I'm hoping that this is a great series. I gotta tell you, I loved the episode to death. I didn't have any problems with the episode at all. But I when I saw that, I was like, it's cool, but I was like, I just hope they don't screw it up.
Something to keep us hitched to the second or third episode.
As long as it's not.
And then it'll disappear.
I mean, I hope so.
Return for the last 2 episodes.
Now, if they explain that, it's like Yoda's kid, or the creature is.
I don't think they're.
Or the baby is force sensitive, and they know he's force. Or they know he's force sensitive.
Here's your Yoda.
Right.
Here's your Yoda race.
If they explain. If they explain like the baby's force sensitive, and
I think it's a foregone conclusion that child is force sensitive.
Probably.
I don't think that they would have introduced a baby Yoda,
exactly,
like member of the species, and not have it be force sensitive.
Right.
Now another thing too, I'm gonna call this now. Who knows where this might go in the future? But I'm saying it right now. I think the Mandalorian is force sensitive as well. Because there's an ability that force sensitives have that they have to it's not something automatic. It's something
to control the beasts, to calm them down.
Not control them, but to calm them down.
Calm them down.
And if you notice in that scene, he gets very calm.
Yep.
And he's like, "It's okay."
Right. Ben Kenobi did that too.
Yep. And then he gets on right there. I think that he's going to be one of the first force-sensitive Mandalorians in like thousands of years, because there's only one other one that we know of.
Okay.
And he was a Jedi. He built the Darksaber, which the Darksaber is what the leader of the Mandalorians uses to show that they are the leader. And I definitely think that was a Dave Filoni thing, and I definitely think that's going to show up in this show at some point or another. So I'm saying I think that he might be force sensitive, which would be fine. I think that would be really cool.
I think he's force sensitive.
But would you think they'll address that during the second season or this season?
I think that might be something that happens at the end of this season and maybe into the second season if this is the case. But I thought it was interesting that when he was trying to ride that thing just forcefully, like jump on its back, it didn't work. And then when he was like, okay.
Yeah, he's got the force.
He seemed to be able to calm it down and,
he's got the force.
Ride it. So, just a little hint there. And that might be another thing. If the Yoda species child is force sensitive, which I don't think anybody doesn't think that it is.
How about this?
That might be.
Idea.
Hold on, Scott.
Hold on.
That might be a connection that the Mandalorian and the infant make, because when two force sensitives are near each other, they can usually tell.
Was that why they were like this? Like touching the finger? Like.
Yeah, or they don't even have to be in physical contact. They just, if they're in close proximity, they can know.
But is that why he knew? Like he probably knew?
It's possible that, what might be the case is he might be, if the Mandalorian is force sensitive, he might be the only other force sensitive that child has ever encountered. So maybe that's why it makes kind of like a connection with him. So that could be something.
Right.
What I was going to say is what would be unique about it is if everybody's thinking after he gets the baby, they think, ooh, it's this guy, and then they reveal it's the Yoda baby, and then later on we find out that it's actually him too. So.
Him too what?
Yeah, I could do that. Like that they're both force sensitive.
Yeah. But at first, all the stuff that's going on.
We've watched enough Star Wars to know that.
where the baby's around.
We watched enough Star Wars to know that he probably has the Force just by doing that with the creature. So
Yeah.
So now, how many episodes is the first season?
I don't know, actually. I know that the next one is on Friday and that they're going to be on every Friday.
This Friday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. That's cool. I got to tell you, after I watched this like 5-something. After I got out of work, I watched this on the train.
Yeah.
And like it was like 5-something in the morning. I'm getting Disney, Disney Plus. And then I came home. I'm watching Spider-Man: His Amazing Friends. We watched the original Lion King tonight. So I was watching.
It's already promised for 2 seasons. IMDb saying.
Yeah, we know it's another season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay, it's saying this first season's going to be 8 episodes.
Yeah. What did you rate the episode, Chris?
I would give it like a 7.5.
Really?
I thought it was definitely a good start, and I kept thinking about like, oh man, if this was this good, imagine how this Obi-Wan show is going to be.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be really cool.
What'd you think it was, Scott?
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it one more time and then I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it again. Okay.
Because I know there's certain things that I probably missed the first time around, but I'm going to still watch it a second time and then go, oh, okay.
Yeah. What are you going to say, Chris?
No, I was going to say what I was pleased with was that there weren't too many like in-your-face references, like to make sure you knew that this was a Star Wars show.
Right.
Like nobody was running around going like, well, what if Luke Skywalker shows up or something like that? Like, it wasn't anything.
Well, there was a mention of the Empire.
There was.
There was a creature getting roasted that was from Jabba's.
Yeah, but
same race.
He's saying like this, like a face hugger.
No, I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't call those like those fit what was going on at the time. It's not like he was walking around and then all of a sudden you see like the Millennium Falcon and it's like, oh.
Well, and that's another thing. He hates droids for some reason.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I think that flashback that we saw may have been during the Clone Wars.
Okay.
And that droids were destroying his town or something.
Okay.
Or he had a bad encounter with other droids at some point, if that timeline doesn't work out.
So another droid basically came up, scratched his eye, and
killed his wife or some shit, or killed his parents.
His parents, yeah, because
he killed his parents, right, or something
there's one thing I want to point out, and I mentioned this on Facebook, and I think that this is absolutely the truth. IG-11, which was that droid that was helping him outside of the base where the baby Yoda was, right? That droid alone proves that the battle droids used in the Clone Wars were absolutely useless, and they should have been.
Yes, that was shit. Because if you had if you had an army of those, the Jedi would have a problem.
That thing fucking took out like 90 people.
Yeah, that you would have a fucking problem, obviously. Yeah, definitely. So. And
this is a bounty hunter. This was like, it's built for combat, but not like in war. Like.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell? What was the Trade Federation doing?
They sucked. They sucked. They sucked as a they sucked as a villain or whatever. Not like they weren't really that great.
Who the hell did they think they were going up against? Like, what the hell?
I don't know. So, is there anything that's going to be coming out now? We have to wait a whole year, like for other than Mandalorian. Like, what's the next series to debut? Well,
I think the Marvel ones all start next year.
Yeah.
So there's nothing this year?
I think this is the thing for
That's a mistake.
This is just the lead up. If you think about it, they gave you the Mandalorian.
Yeah, but hold on.
Pitch to Disney Plus, just like Titans was to get you.
Well, listen. Listen. You have everybody has the attention span of like, okay, it's nice nostalgia to have like old stuff we liked. But if you're saying that the only main thing that they have that's new is The Mandalorian, I don't really care about Lady and the Tramp crap.
It's not the only new content on there.
I know, but what I'm saying is I'm talking on the caliber of The Mandalorian, big series.
It's smart that they did it that way, though, because they're not trying to take attention away. This is like Star Wars time.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want to take attention away by throwing 2 or 3 Marvel shows on there or another Star Wars. You got to remember, in February, I believe we're getting Clone Wars.
But why didn't? Here's the thing, because I'm always about when it comes to launches. Why couldn't you have one thing Star Wars, one thing Marvel, one thing Pixar? Why is it just? Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing.
It's marketing.
I know, but let me finish. I'm going to tell you right now, there's one thing. Once it's over in December, what are you going to have for the rest of the year? Like, you can't just think that people are going to get this because of this one thing.
The show, but that's not the thing, though. You want to know why they did? You want to know like the main reason why they didn't put a lot of stuff on there?
Yeah,
they knew they didn't need to.
Really?
They knew that they knew. I guarantee you that this was the most downloaded streaming service ever.
I'm sure, but
so they know that they don't need to go crazy. Not to mention, I think that this is an easing in process because people are seeing A, what's on there, and B, they're getting used to this streaming service. I know that it's very similar to other ones, but
here's the thing. Let's really dissect the Disney Plus thing because, again, yes, now the Marvel movies are not on Netflix. They're there, right?
Yeah.
But there was another thing that annoyed me too. Is like I saw the thing with Star Wars today too, where they changed the scene with Greedo again, with Han again.
Yeah.
Why did they have to do that?
I don't know.
Because I was annoyed. But I got to tell you right now, I'm watching that because I heard about that. I went and I'm like, why would you do that? And then now because of that, I'm looking at everything that's old to see if anything is altered.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to notice certain things. Maybe it's a cut of a couple of seconds sooner. And I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't this supposed to happen? Wait a minute, wasn't this? So I'm going to tell you right now, I really hope to God that Disney is not screwing around with every single friggin' movie that they made on there. Because it's going to be really annoying if we don't have the actual genuine, like, I got to tell you right now, I felt cheated when I saw that they changed Star Wars. I'm like, I know we're not going to have the original, like from VHS with Han shot first, but like I don't want to watch an altered version of something I love because I don't like new shit like that. I don't like that.
Right.
Well, a little scene like that will piss me off where I probably wouldn't want to watch the whole damn thing because I get annoyed with that. So, like, I heard they cut Dumbo. I'm not happy about that. I heard they're not going to even show certain things because they're so damn paranoid. But I'm going to tell you, if they changed Empire or if they changed Jedi or if they changed anything, I'm going to get really annoyed. And I think
it's called Disneyfying it. That's what
I'm going to tell you.
The problem with Marvel coming to them is because they said, "Oh God, they're going to Disneyfy Marvel." And
I got to tell you, I watched Lion King, and the part where Timon and Pumbaa were singing, and then they start to cry, like whatever. But for some reason, and I don't know if I have to look at the VHS, but for some reason I felt that they cut like a couple seconds of that and just jumped right into the next scene, and it didn't fit right. And I'm like,
well, it was live action. They did have to cut some for.
Why would they have to cut the Lion King? I'm not talking about the live action. I'm talking about animated.
Oh, okay. Oops.
I didn't know. The live action ain't on Disney Plus, but like, why would you have to alter anything? I mean, because if they're gonna start picking and choosing about what's offensive and not offensive, then I'm not gonna be on board with this. Like, so I'm really worried if they start to pick at every little thing they have.
I also wonder too if this is not like a preview because you know that after episode 9 comes out that they're gonna release some kind of like box set that goes from 1 to 9 with Star Wars, and I wonder if this is like a way for them to do it.
But I don't understand why they had to. They're saying George Lucas did it. George Lucas is not even doing Star Wars anymore. Why would they have to?
He's there. No, he's more involved now.
So he's the one that altered the Greedo scene again?
I don't know if it was him, but I know that he had a heavy hand in making episode 9, so it wouldn't surprise me if they were like, yeah, we'll alter this other stuff.
So in other words, they released a documentary that they screwed him over, but then they decided, well, we're screwing it up, so we're getting him back?
Well, I personally I don't think they screwed him over, but
I think they screwed him over.
no, I don't think that's what they're doing here. I think that they just.
Well, I think they did screw him over.
I don't think so.
Okay. But
he asked them to use his script, but they made it very clear to him that they were not obligated to.
Okay.
So he can get upset all he wants, but he signed on the dotted line.
Right.
So
now they brought him on because that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I know we talked about Disney Plus and Mandalorian, but all these stories that are coming about the rise of Skywalker, are they all bullshit? That test screenings people hated.
The ones that are saying that the movie is delayed is absolute bullshit. They got debunked. The movie
is not being delayed, but
no.
But it is a disaster that the ending.
So here's the problem, though. The supposed test screenings, all the stories are coming out like, oh yeah, this was bad, but nobody gives specific detail. They're just saying, well, they're saying that the ending is bad. I don't buy that. It's pretty late to be doing test screenings now.
So who's doing that?
I think it's just clickbait. I think it's just people throwing things out there, and these channels that are looking for any reason to hate Star Wars and stuff are just sensationalizing.
So they're looking to make content. They're looking to make.
They would never do that.
So in other words, they're looking for a big story to make content and create content.
Yeah, bring you in.
Now, well, let me play devil's advocate though. Do I think that they had some bad test screenings? Yes. Absolutely. With this ending, I think that they've absolutely had them. I just don't think they happened recently.
So did they use George Lucas's ending?
He apparently was a heavy part of this movie.
Okay.
This is why whenever I hear people say, give it back to Lucas, I go, you're going to get something worse.
So you think it's worse that he's interfering?
You could get Jar Jar back, folks.
No.
What did you say?
Do you think it's worse that he's interfering?
Yes, because he's not interfering. They willingly brought him in. He's the one that said bring Palpatine back, because that was something that he wanted to do. He wanted to bring Palpatine back. If he had done these movies, I guess bringing Palpatine back was something that.
See, but here's the thing that bothers me though. With that,
is a mistake.
You create this whole thing that he's the chosen one. He's this, but then so you're saying he does this whole mythology about 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, and 3, all about Anakin being the chosen one, Anakin killing the Emperor, and then the creator that created that decides, screw what I just did. I'm doing something else. I'm bringing the Emperor back. Like I don't understand how that fits.
That was his goal. Apparently, his goal was to somehow get the Emperor back into the story. Had he done it, he was going to do it himself.
Return of the Jedi.
And now, I guess because the narrative right now is that, no, this was always our goal. We were going to bring Palpatine back from the beginning.
But what about this whole building up Anakin as the chosen one? He wasn't the chosen one? He
is, but I guess he just didn't get the job done.
See, I don't like that, though. That I don't like. That's not, no, it doesn't sit well because you built him up for like 6 movies or more. Even in Rogue One, you built him up, and it's like at the end. But it's like, and then meanwhile, he just, anything that diminishes Anakin, Darth Vader, like it pisses me off. Like, you shouldn't be doing anything with that. Just like the time travel thing, I'm not fucking happy about that at all. That Darth Vader was fighting Ahsoka?
Yeah.
And then they plucked her out. That's bullshit. I don't like that. So what is it about the creators that they're destroying their own fucking creation? Like James Cameron destroying fucking John Connor and fucking George Lucas destroying fucking Anakin's legacy. Like I don't fucking understand why you got to do that though.
I don't know. See, my thing is that George Lucas said that he wanted to bring Palpatine back. But
he's thinking money-wise, isn't he?
Hold on. Wait, let me just finish this point. He said he wanted to bring Palpatine back, but he never said in what way. And that's really important because allegedly, if what we're hearing is true, and again, this is going to be potential spoilers for The Rise of Skywalker, so don't watch if you don't want to know. In the movie, apparently Palpatine, like, he doesn't deny that he died on the Death Star. But when Kylo Ren is like, apparently when Kylo Ren first goes to Exegol and he finds Palpatine, he's like, you died on the Death Star. I know you did. And Palpatine goes, yeah, yet here I am.
But what does that mean?
Exactly. So do you know what that means to me?
He's a clone.
No. We're not going to get an answer. It's going to be one of these, here is the evidence, make your own conclusion.
Let me ask you a stupid question. They're not going to do like stupid shit with alternate realities, right?
Listen, that's not
like he's from another timeline or some shit, like from another timeline.
No, I don't think he would be from another timeline. I was just going back to what I was saying.
They plucked him out of time?
Yes.
That's really terrible.
I don't know how else to explain it. Like, because they're not going the clone angle, apparently.
Why not?
I don't know. It makes the most sense.
Why couldn't they do it that he's a clone, but he's not 100%?
I'm still trying to figure out how Rey is his granddaughter. I'm still trying to figure that out, and I can't. I can't come up with a logical reason.
That's the thing, like, you're talking that that's a granddaughter, but nobody's looking at the fucking kids. Same thing like Doctor Who. You know, Susan's his granddaughter, but where's his fucking kid?
Yeah.
Like, that had their own kid. Like, you know, it's like, okay.
I was saying that the most logical way to say that, to do this would be that Palpatine is a clone. Rey is also a clone that was made for Palpatine's body or Palpatine's mind to inhabit, but she wound up developing her own consciousness through the Force, and then whoever took her away, those were her parents.
I mean, if they did that about the cloning thing and that Kylo Ren, you know, knew about the cloning thing, maybe he had something to do with something, I don't know, but
yeah.
You know, that would have been cool. Like, you know, like maybe, you know, when he was training, he stumbled across this, he bumped into something, screwed up something, and released a whole bunch of clones' awareness or some shit. But, like, I mean, what is their age difference, Kylo Ren to her?
Kylo Ren, I believe, is 6 years older than her.
6 years older than her?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think he's 29 in The Force Awakens.
And she is what, like 20?
So he would be 30 in The Rise of Skywalker.
And what was she in Force Awakens? How old is she in Force Awakens? Chris?
I think he's figuring it out.
Sorry, what was that?
How old was Rey in The Force Awakens?
I think she was 23.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Okay. I don't know, man. I'm very concerned with the Rise of Skywalker, and I'm not crazy about the title either, but
yeah. But no, I was thinking about it a little bit before, and I was like, if she was like a clone made up of Palpatine and Anakin's genetics, or Palpatine and Luke's genetics,
right,
it would answer everything.
Right. If they cloned her hands, but they also put DNA from the Emperor in there to finish up the makeup, that would have made sense. But because that would be what the thing called to her, you know. So, all right. I don't know. All right. So besides that, when does the other Star Wars stuff start?
I'm pretty sure Clone Wars starts in February, which I'm very looking forward to because that getting wrapped up will be nice.
Right.
And I'm not sure about anything else. The Obi-Wan show is after 2020.
Right.
Okay. I think maybe late 2021, hopefully.
Right.
And then after that, there's really not much.
Because mostly the Marvel guys are going to be having their stuff, right?
Yeah. I know that I just finished the third Thrawn book in the new Thrawn trilogy.
Oh.
And that was very good.
Oh, good.
Apparently, this trilogy did so well that they're granting Timothy Zahn another trilogy.
Good.
Where he's going to do Thrawn's origins.
Oh, good.
As like a Chiss as a member of the Chiss Ascendancy.
Oh.
I'm really hoping that we get something with Thrawn on Disney Plus.
I was about to ask you if they were going to or not, at least a hint.
Yeah.
But does everybody I know we know who Thrawn is, but
Yeah.
does mostly a lot of people know who Thrawn is? That's just
So the hardcore Star Wars fans obviously know who he is, and Thrawn is one of the most popular characters ever.
Right.
In Star Wars, like he's up there with characters that are in movies and stuff.
Okay.
Like he gets there. Obviously he's canon, so I think it would be a great opportunity to introduce him in a movie or on Disney Plus.
No, he'd be after, wouldn't he? Yeah, I was about to say they could do it in The Mandalorian, or at least a hint to him in The Mandalorian.
I think if they did something like that, though, it would take place after Episode 9, and would come back with maybe with the Chiss Ascendancy or something like that. Maybe they could do something with because there's a version of the Yuuzhan Vong in the trilogy that he's currently in. They're called the Grisk, which that could be the threat that maybe he's fighting, or he comes back to the galaxy to fight them. What I would really hope for, I know that it's asking a lot, but we get something on Disney Plus, whether it's live action or animated, where it's the characters from the new trilogy and they have to go against Thrawn.
That would be good.
That would be amazing. But I don't know what they're planning. I know, I can't say I know. I think they have some kind of plan for Thrawn in the future. Okay. What it is.
They don't want to throw it out too soon.
Now, you're not a gamer, so you're not excited about the Star Wars game coming out this week, right?
I am actually. I am, because it is canon. And apparently it's like they've done their homework, because they everything we've seen so far matches up with the canon from everything else. Okay. So I am excited.
Do you have a PlayStation?
No, I'm probably just gonna watch a live stream of it.
I might buy it this weekend. I don't know.
If you do, you should live stream it. I'll watch it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do it on this platform because they keep knocking it. But I will do it on the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, if you do it on Twitch or something, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. So
I got contacts I gotta get this Friday, so I may put something off.
I just got my new sneakers today. Thank God. But all right, so we're running out of time. Before we go, also just want to note. And it's off the subject of Star Wars. But Joker is nearing $1 billion very soon. Yeah, and he's definitely going to reach $1 billion. And I know definitely that's going to change a lot of different things going forward. Again, it's the most
Wonder Woman, we've got Aquaman, and now we got the Joker.
Well, the Joker is the most profitable. They spent the least amount of money, and so that's going to change the game a little bit. Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the comic book world of Marvel that I have to cover in another cast because it's way too much to go into here. But a lot of crazy things going on. So, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Scott. Take care. Bye for now.